Rocket-powered ancient weapons! In this video, I'm gonna make 3 ancient weapons, but I'm gonna make them awesome by putting rockets on them. Rocket Tomahawk, ROCKETHAWK, Rocket Spear, the ROCKETEAR, and a Rocket Boomerang. ROCKETERANG. Okay, here we go. Remember in the hammer chopper build, when I had the welding shop blast out the shape with a plasma torch so that it didn't take me as long to make it and waste a whole bunch of cutting wheels? I had them do a hatchet at the same time and clean up the edges of this and then weld in this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna start building these. Here we go. Harbor Freight strikes again. Oh, 2 for 2! Oh! Harbor Freight for the win, or loss, depending on which way you look at it. Haha! Oh, that one pulled through. Garbage. Pro tip, don't buy Harbor Freight rivets. This is attempt number 6. Maybe this one will work. Oh! Good to go. Well, now that my pretty grip is all jacked up and I have to repaint this side, definitely, I'm done. And it only took about an hour or so longer than it should have. Thanks, Harbor Freight. All I need to do is attach a little battery pack, just like I did on the hammer chopper. If you want to see the battery pack and how to put it on, watch the hammer chopper build video. I'm not doing it again for this one. It'd be too redundant. Time to make a rocket spear. Big old spearhead. With the spear tip finished, now all I need to do is put it on my chunk of PVC. And a spear is basically a rocket that doesn't have a rocket engine in it. You throw it. So the physics are exactly the same as how a rocket flies. So I've got this little slip fit connector adapter piece that takes me to 1 inch from 3/4 threaded that I can fit this monster F15 motor in, and that threads in perfectly. And then I cut up a cat litter bucket to make some stabilization pins for it. Because even though this thing would fly fine if I was good at throwing it, I'm gonna just go out on a limb and guess that I'm not a professional spear thrower the first time I try to do it. So I'm gonna put these on to make sure that it flies more stable. Pro tip, if you want to learn how rocket science works, watch my Rocket Science for Everybody video. Though I don't have to explain this all again in this one. I need my rivets. Not Harbor Freight. Pretty good for eyeballing it. Oh yeah, now that's a spear. I mean, it's technically just a rocket with a really dangerous nose cone on it, but this thing is gonna be scary to throw. And I have no idea how far it's gonna go using a gigantic motor like this. But it's gonna be fun. Make sure you subscribe to catch that video. I know I'm not gonna wanna miss it. I mean, I'll be the one doing it, so can't miss it. You know what I mean? But if I wasn't, I would subscribe because I would want to see it when it came out. You understand my point. It's finally time to get to the difficult one. Rocket-powered boomerang. Here's the basic plan for my boomerang. and it's based on this boomerang, which is an actual handmade boomerang from Australia that a friend gave to me so I could play with it and see how boomerangs work. Problem with this is I need to have batteries and rocket engines on it. So that's why this middle section here has a triangle, because this doesn't rotate around that point, it rotates around the center of gravity. So I need to leave some material in the middle somewhere here that this will balance on, and that's where I'll put the batteries. I need to put them there because the rocket motors have to be exactly opposite each other, pointing opposite directions. Why? Because when the rocket motors burn, they become substantially lighter than they are when they start. So they need to be opposite of each other, because if I had one on one side and the batteries on the other and they weighed the same, once the rocket motor burned, this side would be a lot heavier. So I think it's gonna have a lot better flight if I put a rocket motor on each side, 2 batteries in the middle, all of it's on a line with the center of gravity. That way everything stays balanced the entire time that it's flying, before, after, and during the rocket motor's burn time. At least that's the plan. Problem is I don't know where the center of gravity is gonna be, because these edges here all need shaved down. And obviously I'm not gonna leave this whole triangle there, but I don't know how much of it I can cut out and leave until I figure out where the center of gravity is. And then I need to draw a circle from that, like with a compass, and wherever that falls, and I can mount the rocket engines parallel is where they'll be mounted on this thing. Did that make any sense? Anyway, you spin around here, not there. Change in the plan. I forgot to mention, you want dihedral, so this curves like this. So I bought a piece of plywood that was naturally curved, like this way, and then lined this up on it like that, so that it would fly better. Learned that from YouTube. So it's a pro tip, but it's not my pro tip. Boomerang! Balances. I found it. It's right there.
For over 30 years, the space shuttle turned its place in history. It's come to a final
stop. See? Balance. Ah! Started sliding. Time to put rockets on it. Sometimes the simple option is the best one, but sometimes the simple option isn't easy to see. So after I screwed around with trying to anneal some T6 aluminum because I don't have any T3 left, and bend some little clamps to hold the motors to this thing, and failing miserably because it kept breaking when I bend it past 45 degrees, I decided maybe I'd try to use some engine tubes and some little Estes motor clips, but I only have one. So then I tried to think of something else that I could use that I could bend around the motor to make it hold. And I realized that I have scraps of Kydex, and I'm gonna heat form these around the engines, and I'm gonna put little screws in them, and they're gonna bind the little things onto the boomerang really tight, and they won't be able to fly off. It's gonna be awesome. Just took a really long time to figure this out. But now all I have to do is heat these up and pin them down. And we can do it in fast motion so that it's not boring. Oh, that isn't coming out. And it's ready. Except for the battery pack, which I haven't put the battery pack on anything yet, so it doesn't really matter. If you're wondering why I didn't put the battery packs on in this video, it's kind of an insurance policy just in case somebody tries to do this and they hurt themselves. If you can't figure out how to do the battery packs, you probably shouldn't be making these. So there's that. JAIRUS all, Facebook and Instagram. I'll see you in the next video when I try not to kill myself using these things, because this uses C motors, this uses D motors, and the rocket spear uses F motors, which is basically like a stick of dynamite. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. This is definitely the last time I do 3 projects in one video, because I thought I could get it done fast enough to release 2 videos in 1 week, and it ended up taking me 2 weeks to make the build video. So look forward to more timely content in the future. Can you see the end of it?